What's up you guys, it's Vincanity and welcome to another professional development series for dancers. Today we're going to be talking about how to start a b-boy club at either your school or your college. And a lot of you might be thinking, well, how is this relatable to professional development? Well, as a professional dancer, you need a place to practice. And unless you have enough money to go out and pay for places to practice, you have a little bit less options. And as many of you might know, one of the best places for you guys to get inspired for dancing and even meet other people that might inspire you is through a dance club or just central location where you guys can practice. One of the places where I first got introduced to breaking was actually at my school, where I met a couple kids that breaked and they were part of a breaking club. And from there, I was introduced to a whole lot more. Eventually, we found a community center that a bunch of people breaked at, and we met even more dancers. And from there, you know, it led to a huge long journey of breaking, and here I am today. So oftentimes, I get a lot of emails from kids saying, hey, I don't know anybody that I could practice with, I don't have any friends that dance, I don't know anyone in my community that dances. This is the perfect place to start. And maybe you live in a place that has no one that dances. This is a place where you could almost grow your dance community. So to start out, I'm gonna start from the high school, middle school, elementary school level. Basically, you have to find a teacher that's willing to basically supervise you, because no school is just gonna let kids run around and cause trouble. I mean, even me when I was younger, we used to practice in our hallway and we'd get in trouble all the time. And eventually we found a teacher that would watch us so that we no longer would get in trouble. Although we were just some kids trying to find a place to dance, we weren't trying to cause any trouble, the teachers, the schools, they all saw us as troublemakers. So once we found a teacher that would vouch for us, that would technically like babysit us after school, we were in the clear. Once you guys find your supervisor, maybe a teacher that likes you or a teacher that is interested in dancing too, you guys can talk to them about how to make your club official, because as you might know, every school is different. Every school is gonna have their own rules, especially elementary, middle, and high school level. So once you guys become an official club, you then have access to so many more things, so many more resources. The school will basically accept you for what you guys are doing because you're an official school club. You could do fundraisers, you could do school performances, you could recruit, you could promote, all these things, and it's gonna really help benefit you guys as dancers at schools. One of my first performances ever was actually when I was about 15 years old in front of my whole high school, and it was probably one of the most scariest experiences I've ever done. Back then we did not have the ability to make a mix. We actually were able to borrow some turntables and we had a guy mix music live. But for me, my brother, my friends, this really kind of exposed us to the performance and even battle world, because, you know, after that, some other kids heard, oh, they got b-boys at El Camino High School. Yo, we're gonna go battle them. And kids would literally come to our school to battle us, and we would go, you know, walk to other schools and battle them. So although I grew up in a neighborhood where there wasn't much dancers, this club actually helped house, you know, lots and lots of dancers. And even when I graduated, years after, and maybe even still today, there were kids still breaking at that school from that same club that we were all a part of. So this is why it's important for you guys to start clubs, because it helps create a community at your school. When you get to college, it becomes a little bit more difficult. You're technically an adult, maybe you don't feel like one, but technically people look at you as an adult. So they kind of, you know, make you go through this more professional process. You still gotta find a mentor. They're not gonna let you use rooms by yourself unless you're a staff member. You also are gonna have to figure out the process on starting a club. Like when I was at a community college, it was actually rather easy. I filled out some paperwork, submitted it, I was a club. At the state college level, it was a little bit different. I had actually finished these classes and get signatures so that I could become the president of the club, and it was just a much more complicated process. Figure out that process, get it done, because it'll be worth it, because now you'll create a place for dancers at your college to come together and dance. And if you guys do some research, there's some amazing b-boy clubs in colleges all over the United States, probably all over the world. And this is a really great housing for upcoming dancers. A lot of people are either looking for a place to dance and become amazing dancers, or they're already dancers and they just want a place so that they could grow. In addition, now this might not apply to every single school, but many colleges will also give you funding for your club. This is funding that could go towards club shirts, maybe an event, maybe sending somebody to an event, or maybe even just eating food with your group. These are things that the college level gives you access to. Now, in the end, it's not simply about just having a place for people to practice. It's about housing a community that will grow together. And maybe sometimes, you know, you'll have different crews. Maybe they don't even like each other. But in the end, they are all kind of coming to this one single place and coming up together. You're uplifting an entire scene by providing a practice place. Now, if you guys belong to a B-boy/B-girl club, please leave me a comment below with the city and state that you live in, the school you go to, and how long you've been a member. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please press like, add it to your favorites, and of course, for more tutorials and knowledge about hip-hop, press subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace!